Governor's Office of Govi-Altai Province. Department of Environment and Tourism. You are planning to save money for the year and go on a fascinating trip, but you aren't sure where to go. Gobi Desert, vast steppe, snow-capped mountains, rare animals, wildlife, historical monuments, ancient artifacts and extreme natural climate where you can experience everything from one place. The Gobi-Altai province is one of the best destinations to visit in Mongolia. We offer various trips to Mongolia, which is in heartland of East Asia, especially in the Gobi-Altai province. Welcome to Gobi-Altai province. Symbols of Gobi-Altai province are a flag, a coat of arms, and an anthem that represent the historical traditions, aspirations, unity, justice, and splendor of its citizens. Gobi-Altai province is situated in the southwestern part of Mongolia, along with the Mongol Altai mountain range that runs from northwest to southeast through the middle of the region. Geographically, Gobi-Altai province is considered as the second largest province in the country. As well as mountains, steppes, valleys, vast plains and depressions, the province has a multitude of other ecosystems. This is where the majestic peaks of Sutai, Burhan-Buadai, Alagerhan, Ajbog, and Gichgin are located. Therefore, large depressions such as Sharga, Big and the Wies contain sedimentary rock from the Cenozoic era, while the surrounding mountains are composed of Precambrian and Cambrian bedrock. Minerals, such as coal, gemstones, and construction materials are also available. Zavin River flows on the northern border of the province, and dry rivers such as Zul and Sagsai flow throughout the region. In terms of topography, the province is positioned in the Altai Mountains in the Great Gobi, while in terms of natural zones and belts, it is mostly located in the Gobi and desert regions. The surrounding area contains some steppe and high mountain slopes. The highest snow-capped peak in the province is Zutai Herhan, 4,090 meters above sea level, in the entire territory of Gobi-Altai province, and stretches for about 60 kilometers. Locates in the southernmost of the Altai snow-capped mountains, and is interpreted as Zutao, the word for watery mountain of Turkic origin. It is located on the border of Darbi and Tontil sums of Gobi-Altai and Darbi and Tsetsig sums of Hov province. This is one of the 13 eternal frozen snowy peaks that occupies approximately 11 square kilometers of the Mongol Altaic mountain ranges, an ideal herding place for yaks. The mountain had been called Milky Mountain since it was the home to yaks, which produced copious amount of milk. As well as breeding animals such as ibex wild sheep, snow leopard, fox, wolf, and other herding animals, the region in Sutai Herhan is known for its generosity. And undeniably the most beautiful natural sightseeing in Gobi-Altai province. Harhan Mountain is one of the distinctive forms sightseeing of a nature that locates in the southwest border, and it is exactly located in Tsogsum of Gobi-Altai province. Harhan Mountain clearly distinct among the mountain ranges in Altaic inner Gobi outskirts for its distinctive vision. As being not only natural sightseeing, but historical memorial, Harhan Mountain had brought under the national protection in 1992, and as a result, it was registered in the National System of Natural Reserves in 1995. Harhan Mountain is a single granite stone mountain, abruptly rising on the sand and gravel plains between the mountains, which consists of old Permian light pink medium and small granite. Generally, it appears as an elongated tent-like structure as constructed from north to south, with a stupa-like peak. It is 2,274 meters above sea level at its highest point, and an average elevation of 1,600 meters. A mountain plateau has an average slope of 50 degrees, and consists mainly of light red rocks. Specifically, the south side of the main peak is extremely steep, and at the top, there is a steep cliff that is inaccessible to any animals except birds. On the eastern slope has 9 pools called 9 pots, and is the top attraction of the mountain. The average width of the rims of the pots is 2 to 3 meters, and they are connected to each other by 40 to 50 centimeters high stone thresholds. The fourth of these is the largest and reaches a depth of 4 meters. The 9th pot is quite isolated from the others. There is a cave with traces of human habitation on this mountain. Wild sheep, ibex, snow leopard, corsac, guard, fox and wolf and rare species of birds are common in this area. The absolute surface height of larger Gobi, humps and hollows, are about from 743 to 1100 meters. In other words, about 10 out of 33 well-known Gobi deserts are situated. In terms of height, the lowest is Synchronomen Gobi, which is 583 meters above sea level. The mountains in Gobi-Altai region formed from the end of the Quaternary alpine foothills, which were characterized as high mountain relief due to strong tectonic movements. A 600 million years old clump of rocks that shows last ice age features and marks has been found in Harhan Mountain, that is a new finding in world geology. Furthermore, at both sides of these mountains are surrounded by vast Gobi steppes with humps and hollows dominate the province's territory that made up of planation surface. In other words, these steppes were formed in the Mesozoic era and remained unchanged during the movements of lithosphere plates that produce mountains. The traces of huge rhinoceros genus from the Paleogene period were found in Shinas and Heliun Mountain, Wollongong, Harhan Mountain of Big Ur and Altai Sums. Specifically, traces of ancient birds, shells, elephants belonging to the Miocene epoch, Neogene period and ancient horse belonging to Paleocene epoch have been found in Shargai and Gobi, which attract paleontologists' attention. Therefore, traces of elephants and horse genus belonging to Miocene epoch, Neogene period were found in Heliun and Big Ur Sums. The Gobi-Altai's territory belongs to both the front and back slope regions of Mongol Altai in terms of surface water distribution, and it is situated within the Central Asian non-outflow river basin. Zavin River is one of the largest rivers flowing into the Central Asian closed basin. Most of the rivers are fed mainly by snow and ice water or underground water and flow above and below ground level into lakes. Areen Lake, located in Jargalan Sum of Gobi-Altai province, unique and beautiful lake, surrounded by sand dunes on all four sides and fed by Zavin River. Situated at 1,450 meters above sea level, has an area of 4 square kilometers. Flowers and greens reminiscent of the Hangai region is behind the sand dunes that surround Areen Lake. The people of Gobi-Altai joke that Hovsgol is called the Switzerland of Mongolia, while the Switzerland of the Gobi is Areen Lake. It is not covered by sand, and it has a unique structure that does not become turbid, even if sand falls into the lake water. On a windy day, every grain of sand seems to be blown away by the wind, and the sand dunes seem to move, but it is interesting that the water of Areen Lake remains very clear. Therefore, thirsty travelers gaze at Areen Lake, wonder if water has appeared from the mirage. The existence of a clear blue lake in the middle of dry, hot sand gives this world a unique charm. Saigas, wild asses, wild boars, gobi bears and other world's endangered species can be found in here. It is estimated that there are more than 2 million livestock in the province, mostly sheep and goats. The 6 signature species of the Mongolian gobi are wild Bactrian camel, wild horse, wild ass, gazelle, saiga antelope, and gobi bear. In terms of Great Gobi, 6 signature species comes from the fact that 6 endangered mammals in the Gobi Desert of southern Mongolia have been noted by various organizations in Mongolia to bring awareness to their declining population. The province's vegetation is classified in 6 types. There are 506 species of plants in the Gobi-Altai province, including 70 species of medicinal plants, 39 species of food plants, 331 species of fodder plants, 10 species of ornamental plants, 12 species of technical plants, 60 species of other domestic plants in repeated numbers, 36 species of land reclamation and pesticides. Due to the unique Central Asian landscape, origin, and soil of our country, over 55 species of plants have been registered in the Red Book. Belongs to poplar species, grows in the sandy soils of the Gobi Desert and in a humid environment close to Mountain Georgian springs. It is widespread in Umnagobi, Hovd and Gobi-Altai provinces of Mongolia. 53,000 Populus diversifolia have been recorded in about 30 oases in the Gobi region listed in the Red Book because it is a very rare tree. It is 6 to 10 meters high, and the leaves are highly variable in shape, with 1 species of willow and 8 species of poplars growing on the Populus diversifolia. Thus, Gobi people have been using poplars for household appliances and animal shelters. In addition, Saksal is nutrient, long-rooted, well-adapted tree that grows only in the Central Asian Gobi. It accounts for a significant portion of Mongolia's forest resources and is the main tree in the Gobi Desert. A Mongolian saiga is a unique ungulate that lives in a desert steppe ecosystem floating in a large lake in an ancient depression. It is considered as one of the most ancient creatures from the Ice Age, living alongside animals like hairy rhinos and lions, and elephants. They feed mainly on species of plants such as Anabasis, Colitagus, and Stipa gloriosa, which are commonly found in deserts. In the Central Asian Gobi Desert, it dwells in a gravelly area and worships sparse vegetation at the foothills of mountains in spring, in which there is sparse vegetation. About 70% of the saiga antelope give birth to twins a year. They plays a positive role in the regeneration of desert vegetation. Gobi bears are scarcely distributed, considered as a subspecies of brown bear that lives in the oasis and arid deserts of Central Asia, Mongolia, and at the border with the People's Republic of China. An omnivore. Most of their food is found in the oases, including green plants. They also consume carrion and mammals of smaller animals. Adapted to the desert climate, it has a relatively narrow range of breeds when compared to other brown bear subspecies. Typically, a female bear gives birth to 1 to 3 cubs a year and hibernate in small caves, rock tunnels, or bushes on a river's surface or lakes during the winter. A native endemic animal of the Central Asian desert. Contributes to the dispersal of desert plant seeds and helps the formation of humus in poor soils. Known as the Mongolian hulan, Equus hominis is a rare species that lives in large numbers and migrates long distances. The Gobi and desert ecosystems of Mongolia are essential for the survival of this species as they provide food to the core herd of the world's wild ass population. Plants such as the Gobi desert steppe grasses, Caligina mongolicum turch, and shrubs supply its food. They are well adapted for life in lowland steppe, semi-desert, and desert plains. Mostly found in the Gobi plains, valleys, vicinity of swampy depressions, and ponds. Native to the Gobi region and digs holes at dry riverbeds to gain access to water. Mongolia has a four-season. Because of its high altitude and of its situation far from any sea, has an extreme continental climate. Average winter temperature is -20 to -25 degrees from December to February in Gobi-Altai province. Hence it's better to wear a warm clothes. But for spring, which is from March to May, and autumn, that is from September to November, the average temperature fluctuates from 10 to -10 Celsius. And in summer, June to August, the weather would be from 20 to 30 degrees. If you would like to experience all these range of climate, the Gobi-Altai province is pleasant to visit. Therefore, while enjoying the beautiful and picturesque colors, you can attend an interesting festivals and ceremonies such as Camel Festival, Sutai Hairhan Mountain Sacrifice Ceremony, Sand Festival, Camel Polo, Lunar New Year, and Naadam, etc. We are warmly welcome you to experience a full of stunning nature and breathtaking view in Gobi-Altai province.